Hi there, everybody. It is Dr. Steve with Kinesi, and this is your Start Your Healing Now, what to do and where to start when you have something that's bothering you and you're trying to figure out where to begin. That's what these little series are for. And so today we're going to talk about your shoulder and some shoulder impingement, but in particular we want to talk a little bit more specifically about a biceps shoulder impingement. So if we kind of zoom in here on the shoulder, so this is the model of the shoulder. Here is the biceps tendon, and this is often something that as it comes up and dives into the shoulder joint to attach, it can get pinched, it can get jammed in there to where it gets irritated, and when you're lifting your arm up or out to the side, things get kind of just compressed and pinched. A big part of what's going on is the shoulder blade. So half of the shoulder is the shoulder blade, and we need the shoulder blade to be moving to let the biceps tendon do its job and the rest of the shoulder function happy and healthy. So one of the things that happens is sometimes it gets kind of jammed in there and we get kind of stuck with the shoulder up kind of by our ear, and the shoulder blade is up and it's stuck, and it's all kind of related to our device sort of posture and all the sitting that we do at computers and in the car and at home for dinner and on the couch. We do lots of sitting, and that brings the shoulder forward. So it rounds the shoulder forward. Our head tends to come forward as we're concentrating on whatever it is that we're paying attention to, like the computer. But all of that crowds this space and just really kind of makes it much more likely that you're going to have an impingement. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to get the shoulder blade moving, and we want to open up the chest at the front. We want to bring it down so it's not jammed up by your ear. So we're going to start with some shoulder blade mobility, specifically working on helping that shoulder move a little bit more freely. So we're going to start with this seated shoulder depression. And so you're sitting down, you can be on the ground, or I'm on this bench here, hand out to the side of the body, and you kind of just sink into it. And this is where the shoulder is tucked up by the ear. And the exercise is pushing down and away, so pushing through the hand to bring the shoulder down and the whole shoulder girdle down away from your ear. So we're opening up this space here. And first we start with the hand by your side, and you're just kind of pushing your trunk to the side as the arm is pushing down into the surface. So this is one shoulder depression where we're really taking the trunk and kind of moving to the side. The next one we're going to do is the rotation component. Same kind of motion, but I'm going to have you turning away from that shoulder. And so as you press that shoulder down, we want to rotate the trunk and the head away. That's going to create a little bit more space through all of here, and we're trying to get things moving and get things gliding and sliding with a little more lubrication, a little bit more freedom of movement. So we're going to do this shoulder depression with a rotation where we're taking the shoulder into an external rotation by taking the trunk away from that shoulder. So first we had just by your side, pushing straight down, shoulder depressions. And then second, we added the rotation where you're doing a turn. So now we're going to do the third direction, which is kind of the forward and back. And here we're just starting in a slightly different position. So this is where it's more like, we call this a half long sit. You're kind of sitting out there and you're resting on that arm. The shoulder is up by your ear, but this time the hand is a little bit more behind you. And so it's going to be the same motion again, where you're pushing that shoulder down and back, down and back, but we're just positioning the arm so that it's further behind you. That makes it a little bit more of a lengthening through the biceps, and that's kind of the tendon that we're looking to give a little bit of space. And so this is creating a little bit more space in that sagittal plane. So those are going to be our starting points, working on shoulder impingement and particularly the biceps tendon with those first initial moves to get the shoulder blade moving, to get that shoulder down out of your ear, to break up kind of that sitting forward rounded posture, and to get things moving in the right direction. So be sure to tune in for part 2 and part 3, where we're going to take the shoulder exercises and go a little bit bigger, a little more dynamic. And if you or anybody that you know has shoulder pain, don't sit home and suffer on your own, but come on in and let's figure it out, and let's come up with a plan and get you moving on that plan forward to be able to reclaim all the things that you like to do in life, to move freely and be comfortable and confident in using your body to do the things you love. Okay, until next time, bye-bye everybody.